Good, well, I guess morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it is to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ryan J. Cox, an English and film instructor here at Keano College in beautiful Fort McMurray. It is a brisk minus 40 out today, so I'm inside the office in anticipation of final exams. I just wrote 2 of them, so students be prepared to not panic. Because some of you are about to panic. And I understand some of you are about to engage in some wonderfully self-destructive practices. And we want to help. We want to help you survive exams. Student enrollment numbers go down if you all die from malnutrition. So we have a vested interest. So here are 5 tips for how to survive exams that we've sourced from our Facebook page, as well as personal experience. And you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/KeanoArts. Because you should. We would like you to follow us. So, tip 1 is study smart. When I was an undergrad, which was apparently 1,000 years ago, the way I studied was I would wait till the day before the exam and simply reread everything on the syllabus. That's not necessarily the most effective way to do things. It worked for me. I'm here, but I would couple this with a diet that day of Coca-Cola, peanut M&Ms, and Tylenol. The Tylenol was clearly for the protein. That's not good. So how do you study smart? Well, have a plan. Pay attention to what your professors have said in the last week. I know my students should know what's on the exam because I've told them several times. Your professors will likely tell you what you've got to know, because it's a problem if you all fail. So we want you to be prepared, give you a fair shot. The other really key bit of advice we have about this is engage the material actively. Actively look at your notes. Engage the material you've looked at. Be in it. Get in it. Just fight around, roll around in the stuff. We have 2 bits of advice. Our history instructor, Hugh, has suggested that if you've taken handwritten notes all semester, type them. You'll have to get them from the page to your computer. You have to process them, and so you have to pay attention, and you have to know what words go in what order, so you are actively engaged. Our art instructor, Erin, suggests photocopying and annotating your notes. She recommends this particularly for visual learners. I did something similar when I was an undergrad. All of my notes for English, and I recommend if you take any literature classes, do this. All of my notes for English, all the poems, I have annotated on the page. We will now cut away to 2 pages of my notes for My Last Duchess. And I don't actually need to pause here because the magic of film. So study smart. Point 2, our second suggestion is don't cram. If you haven't been to class in months, you're probably hooped. You are in trouble. You cannot learn a semester's worth of English, a semester's worth of history, of biology, of chemistry in one night. You just don't cram. Cramming will lead to you sitting there and being very frustrated. Don't cram. Study smart. Point 3, and this is something that hopefully you know, but you don't. You won't do this, but I want you to. Take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself at this time. That means eat healthy. Go outside. Well, don't go outside here. It's bloody freezing. But go outside. Take a break. Blow off some steam. And most important of all, sleep. Sleep is not your enemy now. Sleep is your friend. When your brain is more fully alert and engaged, you will be better. Sleep before your exam. Make sure you study and plan your study time in such a way that you can sleep. A rested mind is a sharper mind. 4, take care of the small and manageable things. If you don't have to worry about rushing to campus to write the exam, if you don't have to worry about any of that little stuff, do I have a pen? Where do I put my coat? All that crap. If you don't have to worry about that, you will be better off. Take that little thing you can control and control it. If you reduce that stress just that much, you might get a little bit further. You might be a little bit more relaxed. You might be better. The 5th and final point is don't panic. I know that there is a tendency to view this exam time and assignments as some kind of competition between your instructors and you, some kind of torturous, torture. But it's not. We're not out to get you. We are invested in your success. We watched you learn things and hopefully learn things. Well, we taught you. I am invested in the success of my students. So don't panic. If you've been there, if you've been paying attention, you'll succeed. And above all, take a little time for yourself right now. Just get zen, get centered, because that'll help. You don't think it will, but that half-hour break where you watch The Simpsons and eat caramel corn, that'll help. All right, so remember, don't panic. Bring a towel. And as they say in Nerdfighteria, don't forget to be awesome.